Good morning, everyone. Hope you're all well. Great to be back with our series 3 of 10 at 10. Can you believe it? The last one we actually did was on May the 3rd. So really good to be back. Where have the last 3 months gone? It's just been really exciting. We had our amazing event back in June, our summer event, which was absolutely amazing considering we had one of the hottest days of the year, and we were up against the football. We had a really good football of the day, and it was just really great to be out there. So just a couple of things just before we start this live today is obviously we've got our events coming up. So we've got our September one on September the 5th. And also October the 3rd. We've now moved those into the Grand Hall, which is great. So it's a bigger event for us all, which is amazing. And also what we have done last week is we've now managed to move our November date, which was originally the 7th. We've now moved that to the 14th of November. We've contacted all the stallholders, and obviously a couple of people couldn't make it. And then this week on Friday, we've got another 26 businesses on for November. So it's a really great big event, which is amazing. And then obviously we'll be back in December for our Christmas event, which will be December the 5th. And that will be back in the Martino Hall, just because obviously the room wasn't available and Panto and all of that. So that's just really great news. And another thing, just so that you're all aware, is we will remain to actually have all of our events ticketed. Free as they are, they're all free. But what this does, it allows a steady flow of customers throughout the day. I think back into 2019 when we had our Christmas event, we opened the doors, we had people banging on the door to get in. And when we went, when we had the event, it was quite crazy, and so we couldn't move for 2 hours. And I want the customers to have a really great, experience. And also I want to make sure that the exhibitors feel safe so that they can then give that time and energy to talk to the customers. So there we are. So I will be going on and on about making sure you book your tickets. It does mean that if you turn up on the day to get in, you can then get a ticket. It's no problem there whatsoever. And also it's really good for us because then we can count and have a really good idea of how many people have come through the door. So that's for me, and so really exciting. So please book your tickets for September, and we are now going to just going to join. So let me just start this. It's been a while just remembering how to do it all. Add invite, there we go, and there we go. So our first one of invite, so hopefully no hiccups, as we know in some of the past ones that we've done.
Hello.
Yay. Oh, excellent. Hello. Sorry, just had a bit of a blurb as I told you I was going to do that, just to sort of get everyone up to speed of what's sort of going on. So okay. Nice to see you. Great to see you. So
thank
please.
You for having us. Very fun.
There we go. So introduce yourself, your business, and tell us what you make and sell.
Okay, so I have kind of set up so you can see. So we're called Zooniverse. We're Zooniverse Designs. We make and sell lots of different homewares, jewellery, gifts, home decor, and lots of Christmas decorations. So we predominantly work with laser cutters, but we also have recently branched out into doing lots of hand poured materials, so we can make things like pots and coasters.
Yep. Cool, excellent.
That's all in a nutshell, basically.
Oh no, it's well described, and obviously your stuff is really good. It really stands out when it's at events, which is good. So why did you set up your business, and also how did you come up with your business name?
So our business name came, I don't know if there are any Mighty Boosh fans,
right?
But so their first series would be Zooniverse. They worked out a Zooniverse,
yep.
And it was like weird and wonderful things. And we thought that really fits the name, that really fits our brand. So we do lots of colourful, sometimes offensive, sometimes just humorous things, and that just kind of encapsulated the whole ethos of our brand, and just everything's a bit weird, a bit offbeat, a bit eccentric. So that's how we came up with that. And then the reason we started the business. So it's me and my partner, who you've probably met at our events that we've been to. So I'm Kat, and Rich is my other half. And basically it came from, I trained as a textile designer, and I just really struggled working in the creative industry.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I found that I loved being creative, but I quite often found that the businesses I was working for weren't necessarily creative people, and I wanted to create a job for myself where I was like doing something creative every day.
Yeah.
And it was kind of, I mean, all the people I worked for were fantastic, but sometimes the way they did things was very different to how I wanted to do things. And I thought, if I create something for myself, then we can have that kind of, we can create our own like ethos, our own like ideals of how we want the brand to be, and how, for instance, like being more eco-friendly and all that kind of thing was really important to us. So it kind of gave us a space to do what we wanted and still be creative, basically. So
Yeah.
that's how
And I like that because, I mean, obviously when we've been talking to lots of the 10 at 10s before and lots of businesses, it's almost with yourself, isn't it? Of, you know, working for somebody else and their rules and regulations. And now you've got your own rules and regulations, and you can do what the hell you like. And what's lovely is you've got some stuff that might offend people, and it's there, and, you know, it's almost a bit secret what you do. You know, you're not going to have it on load for the kids to see, but it's also we're all individuals and we all like different things, don't we? And there's things that make us tick, and comedy and things. So it is really a great thing to have, isn't it? As just something that's
I think having your own business as well, it kind of, it gives you the freedom, whereas when you're working for somebody else, you're kind of almost, you're doing what secular, so you can't, you might think, oh, I've got all these great ideas, but if you're working for somebody else, that might not fit their brief. So you have to, and it kind of kills creativity in a way almost. So that's why we thought we'll just do our own thing and we'll do everything. And some things people will hate and we won't do them again, and that's fine.
excellent.
But then, like, especially our rude stuff, so that is very popular. So
I can imagine. It's like when you go into the shops and, you know, you see those cards and they're all naughty, and you're giggling away like a small child, and I kind of quite enjoy. Yeah, there's some of those shops down in Brighton which are quite funny. And I was going to say, always good. Yeah, that's fine. I'll probably come back to it. And like you just said there as well, obviously when you are working for somebody else, you know, like myself, when I worked for French Connection, there was a whole about being a brand ambassador and all of that stuff. And I'm kind of learning with that now, and that's where we've curated and taking it of all the things I've learned. I want our events to have the best, the best people there, the best products, the top quality. I want the best customer service. I want all of that I've kind of learned. And, you know, working for other businesses, as you've said, you do all this work, but it becomes them that take the praise because you're just on the treadmill with them, aren't you, as such?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So whereabouts are you based, and where is your workspace? Where does it all happen?
So we're based in Farnham, so obviously the craft town. So
yes.
right in the centre. So we're based. So we live just outside of Farnham, but our studio is based in central Farnham. So it's really accessible for people to come visit and come and have a look around. So I think we're also going to be doing the open studios again in October. So our studios are going to be open for people to come and have a look.
Yes.
So that's where we're based. We were based in Littlehampton originally, but we just decided that this area was more creative and more people would probably appreciate what we're doing.
Yeah.
Creative.
You know, Farnham has got some great people and some creatives, and, you know, I must say that a lot of them now are working with us, which is really good. And, you know, Farnham is a great little town. I like it. It's quite quirky as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
So there we go. Somebody from Farnham has just gone onto our website. There we go. So have you a favourite item to create, and why have you sort of chosen that?
I think my favourite item to create is all our new terrazzo pieces, because the process is really exciting. So at the start you make all these sheets of colour, and then you get to smash it up, which almost feels a bit wrong that you're breaking something to make something. It's really satisfying. And then when you actually cast it, you can't see what the piece looks like. So when you sand it back, that's when you get your design.
Yeah.
So no piece is ever the same, and they all look completely unique. But that's the most exciting thing, that you're kind of not in control of your work, but also it creates something really beautiful that you don't know what the outcome's going to be. So that's probably my favorite pieces to create at the moment. Anyway, it always changes, but that's my favorite at the moment.
And with that as well, you do the workshops with that as well, so people can come along and make their own, which is really great, isn't it?
Yeah, so we were set up to do that. We moved here 2019.
Yeah.
We took on this big space so we could be quite a creative hub of people coming, doing workshops, as well as us making and selling. But obviously last year I had other ideas. So we are hopefully doing that. So that's probably going to be towards the end of the year. So end of August, and then going into Christmas, I think is the time that we're going to be doing it, hopefully. And I think we've obviously discussed about doing some bits together workshop-wise as well, haven't we? So I think, we're just going to try and see how that comes together, because we haven't done any workshops for ages, so I don't know how people are feeling about that. But we're like chomping at the bit to go and like do them again. So hopefully we'll be showing everyone how we can do it and how it works.
And also what you said, and I love about what you make of things of being unique, and people really love that. And also, if you can make something. This weekend, we had the pleasure to visit Jay Taylor, with the I can never say it properly, the cyanotype, with the we did that. Actually, at the moment, I have to remember it's still in the car because we did it all, and obviously it was raining when we came out, and it was so enjoyable, so addictive. I must say, I was very, very pleased with what I did. But the whole process and the whole scientific of it, and the whole light, and then we were hanging it on the washing lines, and it was really, really good fun. And that is definitely something. And also because I got involved, I got to really get into what it's all about and understand it. So I'll have to post some of that later, because it was really good, and he's really kind of keen to do some workshops with us, which I will be getting my head round. I know that I've talked to you about that. That's something that is on my list today, just to sort of fathom it all out and get it done, because I know we can then start promoting that at our September and October events, which is great. So have you been working on anything new this year at all?
So we started making some brooches, which because we do a lot of acrylic stuff, so some of our inspiration comes from places like Tatty Divine, which obviously do like the gods of acrylic jewellery. So we started working on those, and you might be able to see them in the background. We've started doing because a lot of people said that they couldn't wear earrings or jewellery. They're a bit funny about metals. Brooches are suddenly really popular. So we're going to be working on those. At the moment, we're mainly working on Christmas stuff, which I can't believe we're saying. But we're getting ready for the Christmas season. So we're going to be doing lots of Christmas decorations. And I think we're going to be working on some enamel pin badges.
Lovely,
which I've never worked with enamel, so it's going to be something completely new. But we did, I don't know if you've seen when you've come to see us before, we do lots of wooden pin badges.
I like those,
so they're really popular, but a lot of people have said, but I like a lot of colour. So obviously with wood, we can sublimate and print onto wood, but I think enamel just really gives it quite a pop. And if I'm with colour, I'm all or nothing. So it's either really bold colour or really nothing at all, like just monochrome. So we're going to be working on those. And then obviously the new things that we're working on is the workshops. That's something that's taking up a lot of our time at the moment, just working out how it's going to work and how we're going to present it, and how like the length they're going to be. And so we did try and ask people how they wanted them to be run, but it was quite a mixed bag. So we're trying to just please everyone, which is never going to happen. But so that's what we've been doing at the moment. So lots of things on the go.
And I think more than anything, something that came out of the workshop we did at the weekend was just being around people, being able to be creative. And we felt like we were back at nursery. It kind of, that's what somebody had said, and it was, because you were doing all that, and it was really nice because there was other people, you were all there, and then as it kind of throughout the process of the day, we all kind of learned a bit more, we got a bit more confident, and then there were people there that we were just chatting to, and it was a really great experience. And I think with the workshops now, more than anything, is we all want to get together, we all want to chat in different, and I think in different ways now of socializing. And if you can be creative and
Yeah.
make something that's unique that somebody else hasn't got, then
Yeah.
fantastic. And
I think
another thing,
workshops are so important. It's just so nice to get together, isn't it? I think
yeah,
that's the thing. Sociable interaction is so good for everybody at the moment.
and I love as well what you were saying, because obviously working on new things, and I think as well it's so important also to listen to the customer as well, and also with you guys, because people have seen you and what you like. So what you need to do is you need to have new stuff, because they come along, oh, I've got that, or I've seen that. So
Exactly.
people like that. They're kind of, oh, what have you got new? What have you got new that I can, that's sort of personal as well. So it's really nice when you see people are working on and experimenting. Sometimes it might not go right, but at least they've tried, and to see how it goes, isn't it? As such.
So true. And I also, it's not that I'm impulsive, but I'm someone that gets quite bored of looking at the same stock. So because we do so many shows, I think, oh
Yeah.
God, I'm tired of looking at it. If someone in our local area has seen it 3 or 4 times, they must be getting tired of looking at it. So I'm always trying to like refresh it or tweak
Yeah.
it, and just some new things. And it's always things that I want people to be like, oh, I need that, or just like impulsive, just has to have it there and then. So that's why we're always trying to change, and just because we do jewelry, and jewelry's great, but I've a lot of people a bit like, oh, well, I've got a necklace from you, so I'm doing something else. Whereas now we start doing homewares, people can be like, oh, well, I've got some coasters, I'll get something else to go with that, or I've got places, I want something else to go with that. So we're kind of getting people to repeat buy is what we're trying to do at the moment. So
Yeah, exactly. Because it is, isn't it? It's like when you go to a favourite shop, you go back and go in there, and what's the new summer range? What's the new winter range? So very much, it's almost like that, isn't it? Right, this is what I'm selling now, and then and then you sort of their appetite of what they're after and what they want as well, isn't it? Which is really good. So obviously, that we have an ethos created by Dapper Suave, is to be friendly, creative, and unique. You have to tick all 3 boxes, otherwise, you don't fit in with what we're about. So, have you an ethos, a saying, a song title, something that you kind of that inspires you as Zooniverse Designs?
well, I was thinking about this question at the weekend actually, and I think mainly what it just boils down to is just to be nice. I think it's just, most of our customers buy from us because they've had a chat with us, or that we've like bumped into them at an event or something, and that's mainly what it is, and that's what leads on to other things, because we obviously, as well as our retail stuff, we also do bespoke laser cutting services. So people might come back to us and think, oh, well, I saw that person and we had a nice chat, and I'm doing this event. Or people for weddings, especially, we're starting to do lots of like save the dates now. Weddings are changing, so I think just being friendly and being nice, and it works, and that's all it boils down to, is just being nice and friendly, and that seems to work for us at the moment. So that's what we
keep it up. And it is, isn't it? It's about it's about being friendly. I mean, I think when I'm talking about our events, and it's sort of saying we are a 21st pop-up department store. It sounds cheesy, but that's what it's about. And it's sort of almost like, you are there, this is your table, this is your shop. So, you want people to come into your shop, you want to give them that service. And, and people, I think they're understanding it now. And it's like, if you walked into a well-known high street shop and, they were standing there stuffing their faces with food, talking to another member of staff and ignoring them, it's sort of like, I'll go elsewhere. And it is really important, to be friendly.
I think there is a fine balance with that, though, because I think there are sometimes people can be too pushy, and that really puts me off. And I think, well, I don't want to be like that. I think just greeting people and just, making them feel welcome is just so important to us, because, just treat others how you want to be treated, and that's how we go by, and that seems to be how it works. And just, just saying hello, how are you, normally just seems to draw people in. So that's what we go by. Just be nice.
and it's funny, because it's like we've had 2 sides of the story where what we do, but then we've also the wedding fairs, and it's a totally different customer. And you can be there, and and all of a sudden the groom kind of, oh, I like what you do, it's different. And obviously the bride, no, you're having this, and no, I like this, and God, like, there we go, before they're even getting married, you're like, they're having a row about, because he likes a bow tie, it's like, he's not allowed to, like, it's quite funny, isn't it? But the way
Yeah,
you sort of you kind of get them in and then
yeah,
start chatting, and then they like a fabric, or they like, with your stuff, they like something that makes them laugh, a childhood
yeah,
memory or something that they follow, and then that's it, isn't it? But that you've got them. Yeah, but
yeah.
being too pushy there's nothing worse. I think probably something that we all dread is when you see those charity people and they're on the side of the road and you sort of cross walk and there they are and they're in your face and you're like, no.
Oh
Yeah,
God, if the fence goes up. But I think the other thing as well is having conversations. Just because we literally make everything like in the studio,
yeah,
and that's always been really important to me, is just to make sure that everything is, we are a handmade business, so therefore we should be doing handmade. So if we do have conversations with people and they will like something that they see, but it's not the right product, or it's not the right colorway, and we'll always say, we are open to discussing what you want, and then we can provide that unique product to you, and that often really works for us as well, just because we're not only selling at events like yours, but we're also being like, well, this is an example of what we can do. We can do
yeah,
many other things, and that quite often opens people's imagination, and they will come
yeah,
back to it, which is really
exactly.
nice. So,
Excellent. So
yeah.
what you might have sort of said about them earlier, but what are your goals and dreams for this year, would you say?
Well, at the beginning of the year, it was hopefully to go full time, because we're not quite full time doing it yet.
Okay.
Um, that was our main goal, but I think that's going to be a next year goal for now. But just to keep expanding, because we seem to, we're starting to get known, so people are coming back to us, or people are. I mean, a lot of we don't do very much marketing, which I know is really bad, but most of our work is word of mouth.
Yeah.
So we really are trying to expand. So I think our dreams for this year are to, have a bit more of an online presence, and like build that, so we can start selling online as well, because we do some, but we do really need to like push that a bit further. So, and the workshops is the main thing this year.
Yeah.
That's our really big goal for this year, is to get those up and running and getting people to know about us and what we're doing. So
Yeah, I think with all that's gone on with last year, and I think we're almost pulling everything back in at the moment with this year, and almost going, and I think going back, I sort of said 2020, it's going to be a great year, and
yeah.
God, was I so wrong. And now it comes like 2022, that's the year, and it's almost, I think that's what we're all kind of hoping and dreaming, that all the stuff that's
Yeah.
gone on, we can then, like you say, of just promoting yourself, getting out there. And I know that there's loads of exciting things happening next year, making the success of the next 4 events we've got, and then next year there's some amazing things and people that are contacting us and what's great is I can bring you all on the journey. Now we have over 120 businesses on board, which is just amazing, and as you know, with all our events, we like to curate it, we like to make sure we've got that mix, and even now we're still always looking for that different sort of something different that everyone wants when they come to our events, which we all want, and you as well when you get there. God, I love that. We're all customers too, aren't we?
And
Yeah.
we love coming to events, because especially at Christmas time, because I do all my Christmas shopping at that time. So
Yeah.
I'm buying other sellers as well as selling myself. So it's always really nice to see a well curated event.
Yeah.
So, and you can really like interact with other people and buy from them, which makes it really important, doesn't it? So.
Yeah, I mean, there was Vintage Garden in Gladstone. They do some beautiful like spears, like you probably know both of them from Farnham. But then there was people running around like the exhibitors buying from them, because obviously they've got one-off pieces of it. So it was just hilarious, even before anyone gets it, because they only have so many that they have on board, and it was quite funny. Just sort of like you could see behind the store they bought something and getting for the customers, which is really good. So who would you say is your support network?
So probably Rich. So you've met Rich, my other half. He's always being dragged to events. He does all the heavy lifting. He does all the driving, and I do all the pretty stuff. So that's really helpful. And then probably my mum and my sister are huge supports, because if we're busy, they will gladly come and work for a free lunch and just help me make stock and get orders packed and all that kind of thing. So they're absolutely amazing in helping me and supporting me. I mean, I feel bad that they're coming to work for free, but I think, well, you might see the rewards in the future. So they're always helping. So I'm very lucky to have them. They're only up the road, so they're always popping in to help and make stuff and sand stuff because there's always loads of sanding to do. So
Well, I
yeah,
love that. Even if they're not, they come in and next minute they're sat there sanding down like, oh God, yeah, I just come for a cup of tea. And here we go, it's a job.
especially my sister. She'll come for a couple of hours and she'll be here all day and think, well, I don't know how you've managed this, but I think it's just, chatting people into doing work is one of my fortes, I have to say.
Wow, well done on you. That's great. So, what events are you doing with Curated by Dapper Suave?
So we are at your October event.
Yep.
And then I think we've just been accepted into your November event as well. So we're going to be doing October and November. So we're really looking forward to that. Cool. So I think you said November's going to be quite a big event.
It's going to be, yeah, because of this year as well, and obviously what happened last year. We would have been in the small room, the Martineau room, which 28 businesses. So we managed to. That's why we moved November. But it does mean that our Christmas is going to be very, very smaller. But we're making it a bit more exclusive and intimate. So it does mean by moving the date to the 14th, we will be kind of going a bit more sort of Christmassy. Because people, when we were at our last autumn event, people were looking for Christmas presents. Some people start early. I know a lot of people do. So yeah, that's probably is going to be our biggest event. And actually, like yesterday, we've just done the floor plan for September, and oh my God, it's hell. We're numbers and everyone, and we put it on our dining table, and where people are, and making sure we've got balance, and it is good fun. But God, it takes time. And I said to Rob, should we have a beer? No, not till we've done this. I was like, okay.
Yeah, probably for the best. If not too many, you might just have it all over the place.
Yes, it's all done, and then what we will do is we will which we've done before with the summer, we have like a little Zoom chat with everyone, and then I explain everything that's going on. And it's just a really, really nice way. And if people can't make it, we send the information anyway. But and that's a really nice thing that we kind of do, and it just gets everyone to know who's going to be there, etc., which is great. And so the last question that I ask all the time, so why did you choose to work with us?
I think because the first time we met you, I think you were just so chatty, and you just seemed to be, I just think you just seemed so approachable. I think that's what it was, and I thought, oh, well, if someone like this wants to work with us, and that just making it so easy to like be a part of an event, and you just seem just like you just seem so passionate about what you're doing, and I think that just really. That always is a really good sign for us when we are working with another company, because it just means that you've just got drive. So you just want to keep pushing things forward rather than just doing the same thing and just not really expanding in any way. And I think that just really, and you just seem to be so knowledgeable about what you're doing. I think that just kind of really it was a no-brainer really to work with you, I think. So.
And it's weird because obviously, with now, this is now my career, and, what I'm putting into it is actually my, me and Rob, we've got our background of retail, so we've got a lot of experience to share, but also of giving something a bit different. And I think that's what, somebody the other day did an event, and she turned up, she didn't know where she was in the room. Nobody came and asked her how she was doing. At the end, it was goodbye. It was like, yeah, okay, see ya. And, that was just, but, me, I'm, before you know where you are, you also know where you're going to be in the room. So it's like, that's going on, your neighbour's going to be, and I kind of say that if you're on your own, get to know that person almost before. If you need to go to the toilet, you can sort of ask them to take you. So, and just all of that, the extra things that we do, I think is important. It's about caring, and it's about, if we care, then when people arrive, they get this big hug from all of us, because we're all in it together, which is which is really important, which is great. Excellent. It was really, really good to chat to you. It's really nice to be back. Like I say, this week we've got 5 this week up till Friday. Then we're back again on the Sunday. For another one right up to Friday the 13th, and then have a little pause, and then we will be back for series 4, and that's just at the end of August, and we're probably back again in September. There are some people doing this who are absolutely petrified, even the ones lined up, but there are some other people who I know that need to get on board, because it's just us chatting. It's nothing to be
That's
good.
true.
Of, you know, it's just, and I think there are some other people, and we've got some more people joining who I know will be, you know, really good at doing this. So
Yeah.
what will happen now is this will go on to the IGTV. It will also go on to our YouTube channel. So
Yeah.
you know, you can. I watch it later on tonight. It's kind of, I sit there and watch it. It's sort of like, yeah, it's part of our, you know.
I'm not sure if I'm going to watch it because I hate being on camera. This is actually my first ever Instagram live. So thank you so
No,
much for having
you
us.
did really well, and the thing is, now you've done it, you almost might go, well, actually, this is pretty easy. And actually, even if you're just doing a live on your own, and you know, chatting
Yeah.
to what you're up to and all that sort of stuff, and people more than anything, you know, really like that. They want to get to know who you are, the person
Yeah.
behind, you know, Zooniverse as well, and you and Rich as well. It's really important. So tomorrow we will be with the lovely Nicola from She Makes. I know that she's very
Oh,
nervous about tomorrow, but you know, as I said to her and her husband, she has to do this. So she will be here tomorrow, and we'll be talking all things She Makes. And yeah, and everyone, obviously, don't forget, pop onto our website to get your tickets for the September events. And like I say, all of the links are all up on our website and Dorking Halls, because all of them now are ticketed, as I said earlier. So really, really great to chat to you, and
thank
we'll
you.
see you very, very soon. And I must get over to Farnham, and when I do, I'll let you know, and we can pop in and have a cuppa in the
Lovely.
workshop. Yeah, I
Always
didn't get
welcome
a
to
chance
come.
with the June one just because of the build up to the event.
Yeah.
But I will. I'll visit Farnham and come and see you. All right, take care. Nice to see you. Take care. Bye bye.